Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, March 21st, 2023. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our goal is to help you increase your financial bandwidth and take more control over your life so that you can do so that you can earn more and do more of the things that you like doing. And we do that by teaching you how to trade with our proprietary trading indicators. Our indicators have been around for over 15 years. I've been trading with them for 4, and I have found them to be terrific, and that's why I like sharing them with you. So with that, let's get going and seeing what we have for trades this morning. We need to start by listening to this guy. And let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things that I like about the program, and I think you'll find valuable, is that we do multiple live trade sessions every day once you're a member. We do one every morning at 10 a.m. It tends to be a little scalp trade. We also do another one at every evening at 10 p.m. Typically, they're trading both the Australian and Japanese markets, and they're typically going for maybe 10 plus pips. The advantage to you is that you get to see different traders using different trade strategies and learn from them. And our goal here is, because we're so confident in how well our indicators work, we let you trade with company funds and split what you make. So it is about giving you continuous training to sharpen your skills so that you continue to get better. We have advanced training every Wednesday evening, and then kind of back to the basics where we just continue to review different trade strategies every Saturday morning and give you the ability to ask questions. I trade off of a checklist, so let us go get that checklist and start working off of it. Every day it is good to turn your green chart on and off so that it clears out the memory and then picks up any updates that have been made to the program. At the end of every day, good habit in terms of improving your trading skill is to take a look at what you did that day, and not just your trading skill, but in life in general, and say, what could I have done a little bit better? So specifically taking a look at the trades that didn't go the way you wanted and trying to analyze why. Last night on the overnight trade, we took a trade on. We didn't find a good setup on the 1 hour trade, but on the overnight trade, we took an 11 pip buy on the Euro USD, and that closed during the middle of the night. We did not take a trade on the pound yen because today is a bank holiday in Japan. So the indicators aren't quite as reliable when the volume's low, and the volume's low on holidays. So we passed on that. We are technical traders. Being technical traders means we're trading based on the price action. However, we want to know what news there is so that we can trade around that news. And one of the best places to find that news is a place called Forex Factory. Forex Factory breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And it's these red items kind of want to stay away from. And my rule of thumb is I want to be out of I don't want to be holding a pair 2 hours before the news event. I found that numbers like CPI they're pre-calculated, so this number is known, and it leaks out beforehand. So to avoid the move that's created by the leak, I just stay out of it. So this morning we're not going to trade the Canadian dollar. This news on the pound. Any trade that we would take now would be done well before this 3 a.m. So let's in terms of the trade I'm going to use, we've got a dozen different signals, and when we train you, we create a trade plan that's specific to you and your preferences. The trade plan I prefer is something called the 10-point trade signal. I trade it off of a 1-hour chart. I want to be 30 minutes into the chart to take the trade. I am looking for 5 to 35 pips, usually on a 1-hour signal. My sweet spot tends to be 10 to 11 pips. I am looking for the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours of when I take it. And what I'm trying to do is get all the lines to line up from all 3 sections of the chart. So with that, let's get into it. The chart I'm trading off of is the light 6 major. It is one of the standard charts. I call it a composite chart because it's showing us 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1-hour candle. I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. The horizontal red line is the oversold line. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for situations where the market's either oversold, so the lines are below the red line, or overbought, the lines are above the blue line. And ideally, if it's oversold, I want the lines pointing up because I want to catch the move as it goes from overbought to oversold to overbought. Or likewise, I want to catch it when it is overbought and coming down. So now, is that to say that if I take a sell trade when we're oversold, I can't make 10 pips? Yes, you can. In fact, you can see it right here on the Euro USD. We are overbought. This is going up, and had you jumped on this, that's worth 20 pips right there. But my strategy is I'm not sure when this is going to turn around. This is a less probable, this has a lower probability of giving me my 10 pips than if I catch the trade here when it's oversold and ride it going up. So I could have, if I caught this up to here, that's 37 pips. So it's a higher probability trade that's going to allow me to get in and get out quicker. But But can I make 10 pips here? Yes, I can. So Australian USD oversold, and everybody's sideways. So nothing here. And there were three parts to this trade. So the first part is here. If I don't have the first part, I'm just going to skip and go on to the next one. Euro USD overbought. Minors have started to turn. Majors are still going up. So we don't have agreement. I want all of the lines going in the same direction. So nothing there. Pound USD. We are oversold, going up. We're in the middle of the channel. And in fact, we're a little bit beyond the middle of the channel. My stopping point is generally when the green line passes the middle of the channel, which we have here. The other thing I don't like about this trade is that our green line is kinked. So it's going from more steep to less steep. So to me, that tells me that the move is weakening. I don't mind that the miners have run through the channel, but what I really care about is what's happening with this green line. So it's slowing down and it's more than halfway. Again, I can get 10 pips from here, but it's just not part of my trade strategy. US Canadian dollar oversold, kind of going down and sideways, so nothing there. And we've got news coming up on the Canadian dollar, so we're not going to trade it. And again, here you can see back on the Canadian dollar, had you caught this earlier, this was a nice move. Well, 15 pips through the channel. So, and that's over the course of 5 hours. So, dollar Swiss franc oversold. Miners have started to turn. Majors still going down. USD yen. Bank holiday, and boy, there's a big move here. Overbought going up. Again, we're not going to trade the yen today because of the bank holiday, and I find the indicator isn't quite as reliable on slow trading days. It's going to be a slow trading day because of the bank holiday. So nothing on this first chart. I have cloned this chart and just added more pairs. These are non-USD pairs. Euro pound overbought going up. We've got the duck bill here. Duck bill suggests that there's going to be a little bit more of an up move, and you can see that we've got a little bit more of an up move here. Australian dollar yen. This looks pretty similar to what we saw on the USD yen. Overbought going up. And here you would have seen, like, even though we're coming down here, this is a bit of a head fake. So there's a strong move coming up. It came down. Everybody's coming down, but and the slope of the green line is okay. Came down. It's a little bit away from the blue line. Again, that's why I like it to be actually just touching the blue line or entering into the channel, and then it turned. Euro Canadian dollar overbought going up. Miners are sideways, so nothing there. Again, I'm looking for agreement. I want all the lines going in the same direction. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar overbought. Majors are kind of sideways. Minors are coming down. Technically, you could say this is down on the majors. We don't really have the third element, as I want the red line crossing over the green line, and we don't quite have that here. Other thing it kind of crosses and then goes back. I don't like this because the major line is so far away from the blue line. You can see it's been hanging up up here for the last 6 hours. I want the line to be committed to going into the channel, and this isn't committed yet. And then again, the slope of the green line, the slope is less than 45 degrees. And third, it is approaching evening in Australia and New Zealand. So I want to be trading when at least one of these pairs is morning time. Pound yen, overbought sideways again. This is similar to what we've seen on the other yen trades. Here you can better see the head fake where it's going up, came back a little bit. The signal wasn't there, but had you taken the sell here, you would have got stopped out because it looked like it was turning. The indicator didn't tell us it was turning, and it kept going up. So that's one of the great things about the indicator. Euro Australian dollar overbought and still going up, and we got a little bit of a duck bill here. So nothing there. So let's go to our next group. Canadian dollar yen overbought. Miners are starting to come down. Majors are starting to come down. Miners are sideways, so nothing there. Euro New Zealand dollar overbought. Miners are coming down. Majors still going up. A little bit of a duck bill there. Pound New Zealand dollar overbought. Miners are coming down. Majors are starting to come down, but we don't have the double cross yet. That's where the red line is crossed over the green line. So not quite ready. New Zealand dollar yen approaching overbought, not quite there yet. New Zealand dollar USD oversold. Everybody's going up. I do have the double cross here on the major. The minors crossed and the majors crossed. However, if you look at the green line, I'm going from more steep to less steep. So this is more sideways. I don't like this kink in the line. So everybody's going up. So technically we have 3 points here. One that we're oversold, two that all the lines are pointing up, and three that the green is crossed over and the gray is crossed over. But we've got this kink in the line, so I don't like it. If I go up to my TNTs, the two orange lines are going up very steeply, telling me buy. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related, so when blue comes down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 are telling me buy. I've got weak down pressure. What makes it weak down is the slope of the line plus the spread between the lines. So we've got this little gap here, but we do have the green line on top. So there's a point here. So I've got 7 points here, but I am not going to take this trade because I don't like this kink in the line. We've got this gap over here between the green line and entering the channel, and you can see we've been oversold for 6 hours here. In fact, I probably would have been more inclined to take a trade here because here we've got good steepness on the green line. Everybody's going up. I guess what would have stopped me, so this right here is kind of a nice signal, but you see it was kind of a head fake. When I go up to the TNTs, I don't have at least 3 points here. This is sideways, so there's no point here. This is up, and these two are telling me down. Well, this is telling me up. This is telling me down. So I may have 2 of the 4 here. So even though this looks like a good signal, and I have the pressure here with the green line on top, this is a trade I would have avoided because I don't have 3 of the 4 up here. Euro, Swiss franc, oversold. Everybody's coming down, so nothing there. So let's go to our last of the 4. So Australian Canadian dollar oversold. Majors are going up, minors aren't. So we don't have agreement between the majors and minors. We'll pass. Plus, we've got the news coming up on the Canadian dollar. Swiss franc, yen overbought. Everybody's going sideways. Euro yen overbought. Minors are going sideways. Majors are really going sideways, so nothing there. Pound Australian dollar overbought, still going up. Swiss franc or New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc oversold. Minors are sideways, majors are still going down. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc oversold. Everybody's still going down. Minors are starting to roll here in turn, but nothing. So we've gone through 24 pairs. We didn't see a trade. That is okay. There's not always going to be a trade available. You only need 2 or 3 trades a day to be able to make money at this, and your natural tendency is to always want to be trading, and that natural tendency is one you have to get out of. You can't always be trading. You need to pick your spots when the trade is there. Now, as I said, we have multiple signals, so we didn't get to step 2. Once we see the initial signal, I'm going to confirm the signal, which is off the 2 and the 4 hour chart, and then figure out what it's worth. So we didn't get to these 2 steps, but we have multiple signals. So I am going to change gears and use a different signal to see if we can find a little scalp trade. And this trade is called the thick orange line trade, and it's based on what the position of the thick orange line is. And again, you can I do it off of a 1 hour chart. You can use this off of a 30-minute chart, but I don't. We want to do it. We want at least one of the pairs to be daytime, so it doesn't work if both of the pairs are in the evening. I want to do it when there's 5 minutes left in the hour, and right now we have got 7 minutes left in the hour. So by the time we do our analysis, we'll be under that 5-minute mark. And I am looking for the thick orange line. The thick orange line is a scaled line. So when it's as high as it can go, it is at 10. When it is as low as it can go, it is at 0. When it's at 10, it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to sell. Likewise, when it's at 0, it thinks there's no more down in the movement. So that's a good time to buy. However, we don't want to trade just off of one piece of information. So I want something to confirm it. So let's go take a look and see where our thick orange lines are. So here, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, we're at 0.4. 0.4 is, it doesn't have to be exactly 0 or exactly 10. It can be within 1 point of either end. So this is within 1 point of 0. If I see this at 0, you can see the line here, then I want to take a look at where my my major and my major indicator is, and I'm specifically looking for where the red line is, and I want it below the horizontal red line, and we have that. So I've got part 1, part 2. So I've got the setup I'm looking for. It is daytime. It's going to be morning in Canada, and it's lunchtime in Switzerland. However, we've got that news coming up on the Canadian dollar. So because we've got that news coming up on the Canadian dollar, and I don't know what that news is or how it's going to impact things, I'm going to just pass on this. going to pass on it. So let's keep going. 5 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. I'm looking for 0 or 10. 2 isn't close enough. 3.4 isn't close enough. 8.9 isn't close enough. Oh, 9. It's jumping at 9. So this is at 9. My confirmation is going to be the position of the majors and of the majors. So I want the red and the green line to be up above the blue. And they're not. For this trade, that's what I want. And plus we're cycling a little outside of it. So nothing there. So let's go to the next group. Point 2, yes. Point 2, yes. That's within 1 of 0. And I've got my red line is below the red line. So what's going on here is when this is at 0 and this is below here, there's going to be a little snap when the next candle comes up, and we want to take advantage of that snap. You can see it's been at 0 for the last 2 hours, but here last hour the lines were just maybe touching the red line. Here it's below. So we're going to go ahead and take a sell on the Euro Swiss franc for 5 pips. Euro Swiss franc for 5 pips. So Euro Swiss franc. So that chart isn't open. So I'm going to go to File. You can take this off your simulator. I'm going to go to New Chart. Euro Swiss franc is going to probably be down in this third group. So Euro Swiss franc. The other thing I'm going to take a look at is what the spread is. I want the spread to be less than 1 pip. And here it's about 7 points, 5 points. So this is good. So now I'm going to go to New Order. And let me just double check what we were looking at here. All right, while we're talking, it's, man, we could have got the 5 pips. The setup isn't here quite anymore. The setup isn't here because the red line now is touching. Red line is touching versus on the other side of the red line. The red line on the majors is touching the oversold line. So I don't like the trade anymore. So as we were getting ready to take it, and you can see when we first started, this was kind of down here. We could have probably already picked up the 5. It's going back and forth. You know what? Let's go ahead and take it. So it's going to be a buy. My lot size, I've got, this is a demo account. There is, come on. This is a demo account. There is 10,000 in it. So my lot size is going to be 1. I'm just moving that decimal spot over. I'm going to take a market buy. It records it. I am going to right click. Once it's recorded, go to modify. This trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. I click the little blue dot button here and it does the math for me. And on this trade, we're going to use a 4-to-1. This trade is accurate about 90% of the time. So if I use a 4 times stop loss, click the red button, it does the math. And then I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I'm going to just verify my entry point. I get in a 0.9965 or 60. So I'm going to go to 0.99656, 0.99656. So I'm just going to adjust this to get my full 5 pips. Then click modify, and it drops in my stop loss and take profit. Everything looks good. So we took a buy on the Euro Swiss franc, using the thick orange line with the take profit of 0.99656, and a stop loss of 0.99656. 99398, 0.99398. And the going back to how we come up, some people will ask how we come up on that 4-to-1. Since this trade is accurate about 90% of the time, if I win 9 trades for 5 pips, I'm ahead 45 pips. And if I lose 1 trade for 20 pips, if I take that 20 pips away from the 45 that I just earned on the other 9 trades, I will be ahead 25 pips. So that's kind of how we calculate it. So 4-to-1 gives us, at the end of the day, after 10 trades, we're going to be ahead 25 pips. So I will expect this trade to close within the next hour. Let's see if we got any questions. No questions. All right, gangs. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. We will do it again on. Thursday. Good trading. Again, if you need to get a hold of me or you have any questions, you can get a hold of me at forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Thanks for being with me, and we will see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.